Alright guys, coming back live today. Thursday, August 14, 2025. Currently just about 10 minutes from the equities open at 9:30 Eastern time, so just waiting right now for the market to play out. Until then, let's get back logged into these accounts. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and once again for your patience as well too. As you release more videos, the stream quality is going to be going up, protection is going to be going up and stuff like that. Let's see here. Just getting logged currently right now into the trading platform that I'm going to be executing on, so I'll show you guys right now. Currently up about $2,000. I have 3 funded accounts through Apex, so working with about $2,500 max drawdown, so we're not going to be doing nothing too crazy with that. We're just focusing on about a 0.5% risk, keeping that static on a 50k account, so it's about $250 per trade. And here we have the 1 minute charts on this is ES, and then we have NQ. Depending on which setup is produced cleaner, that's the one that I'll be trading. I usually don't like to trade both at the same time, but whether it's NQ or ES, we'll see. Still waiting for the 9:30 open. Current view right now, we're higher time frame bias is bearish. I was trying to see if this would remain open, would get like a push higher for the PPI news delivery. I believe it's PPI, right? Yep, 8:30 PPI. Then after that, you have 10 a.m. FOMC. I feel like it's gonna consolidate, and then most likely in the PM session we'll see something with President Trump speaking right there. So, and then we have another FOMC at 2 p.m. So, yeah, hopefully we can catch a nice little sell here. I am still bearish, regardless of this getting filled. It's actually really good. Now I do want to see this daily busy CE level. Let's see if we can get it here. That's about, what is that? 23,846.75. I don't want to see price like spend too much time above in this upper quadrant right there. So 23, what was it? 23.8. Let's just say 23.850 is rounded up. I don't want to see price go, too above that. So where's this high right here? 23.868. So yeah, so if we tag that, that'd be great. Tag this high right here, which is we'll label this as the AM buy side liquidity. A huge drop down before the open, resulting from the 8:30 news drop from PPI. So I don't know, I could do one or two things, you know what I mean? I could either reverse fill this up here, or I wanted to prefer it at open to just shoot up, take out some of this buy side liquidity, and then continue back lower. And then in that continuation, that's where we find our entry, preferably next to a macro, like around around 940 to 950 would be a good time to sell. Until then, we're just waiting. 6 minutes now before market open. Let's go take a look at ES, see how it's doing. So look how ES did not fill this daily busy in, so Nasdaq did. that just tells me that Nasdaq is more inclined to go lower, and ES is not, or ES just hasn't made the move lower. That I mean, it did with this PPI delivery, but it's gonna probably continue to follow Nasdaq lower. So maybe ES is gonna be the market to find the entry in. It did take out the PDL from yesterday as well too, so that's good. And we'll label this as AM buy side liquidity right there at 850. This is yesterday's opening range gaps. You can label it right here, Wednesday, August 13th. So we can see price literally just swiftly just displaced right through there and found respect in the upper quadrant, and then now off the low right here. So that's good for bearishness. But yeah, 9:30 opens. I want to see a sweep to buy side liquidity. Until then, we're just waiting. I'll show you guys my performance for this quarter so far. Let's see if it'll pop up. Yep. Not too bad, not too bad. So far, 21 trades total. 16 winners and 4 losers, so not too bad. You know, we're controlling our losses pretty good. Largest loss was 345, so I like to keep it like around 250. Nothing higher than that. Not higher than that. Just the other day, I think I had a trade for like about even less than that. It was less than 0.5%, so it was like about 0.40, which is about $200. You know, nothing crazy, but I just try to aim for at least 2-to-1 risk to reward before I get out. So sometimes, you know what I mean, I do end up getting out before my low-hanging fruit objective is hit, and that's just, you know, error on my side. You know, I like to secure profits fast. As you can see, that my average trade time is only 9 minutes. So I'm very swift, or like to be swift, and just in and out, you know, nothing crazy. Longest trade right here, y'all can see, is 30 minutes. And that was a partial as well too, so I took majority of the trade off right here, which is about 6 minutes. And then 14 minutes in, I took this one off, and then another 10 minutes in, I took this off right here. So that was the result of that. Pretty good, not bad, you know, we can still improve. I like the strike rate so far, but I know it's the account's still new, you know. I haven't had a lot of trading days on these accounts, on these 3 funded accounts yet, so the strike rate is pretty fresh, but regardless, you know what I mean, over the last 10 days that I've traded now on these accounts, that's pretty efficient. Pretty pleased with my performance and growth overall as a trader. It's been a very long journey, and you know, over time, over some, you know, YouTube videos, we'll go ahead and definitely be more detailed and explain my journey and how I got to where I'm at right now. But let's see here. Very weird, by the way, to be talking and watching delivery of price. So used to just, you know, being quiet. So this is my main monitor right here. I do have a monitor on my left side over here, which y'all can't see. That's my second screen. I have the new week opening gap and new day opening gaps on there, and those are mainly used just for targeting, sometimes to get an intraday directional bias if the higher time frame directional bias is not clear. Like, for example, like I've been wanting I think ES is a better example. I've been wanting ES to go down to these lows right here, and we almost got there right here, but we ended up creating equal lows, so now we have this like triple bottom right here, which is going to be a very good discount objective in the future. But price just continues to keep pushing higher and keep creating all-time highs, so we'll see when the move actually gets created for price to actually you know, seek this discount liquidity. This is good. We want this push higher. A lot of people are getting enticed. Let's see what happens here. Sometimes I do like to go into streamers, future streamers, live streams, you know, just to check to see what their sentiment is on the day, what their bias is, what they're doing. Sometimes it's just, you know, purely entertainment purposes, you know, it just passes the time. Okay, so NQ has already taken out the AM buy side liquidity. That's good to see. 9:30 open. That's good. ES is still lagging. Okay, let's see how this plays out. There is like no 5 minute. There is no 5 minute BISIs that could be turned into inversion fair value gaps. Not even on the 15 minute. There was one right here, but that was respected. So we're gonna give it more time. It's barely the open. Not even like 1 minute into the open. So let's see what price does. Let's go ahead and review our trade plan real fast. Normally I would be taking screenshots and doing handwritten notes and stuff like that, but I simply just can't multitask and do all these things, do, you know, live commentary and do note taking. I just, you know, it's my first time doing a live execution actually while being recorded, so I'm interested to see how this goes for me. As far as like added pressure, I don't really feel like it's you know, added pressure or anything like that. In fact, I actually feel even more calm now. I feel like somebody's like watching over me, so like my performance has to be, you know, spot on. That's good. We want to see that sweep right there, so. So we do have an opening range gap. What would this be? So if the price opened up right here, and yesterday's close is right there, what would that be? That would be a premium, right? That would be premium opening range gap. So I would like to see the CE level, as far as the CE level, you know, price go up here. What is that, like the 23,895? Just touch that level, maybe fill in this a little bit, and that 1 minute CB, and then just, you know, create that displacement. What we're looking for is that displacement plus market structure shift lower. So we're gonna have to be patient on this one. Potentially 5 minute BISI forming right here. That's good as well, because we're gonna want to see this get inverted if price is gonna go lower here. So if that gets inverted, that's good for us. Let's go ahead and push that out. Let's go ahead and label this 5 minute. Well, actually, you know what? Let's label it 5 minute BISI, and then if it crosses below it, we'll label it 5 minute inversion fair value. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Plus, we still have 1 minute until the candle closes, so this could just not be a BISI, but so far it is looking like it's gonna be a BISI. We'll go ahead and draw this out as well too. We'll see how far. Perfect. Look at that. This CB right here, I want to see this CB CE level be respected on this 5 minute. So this 5 minute CB, 23,885.25. I would like to see price hold that, you know, and not go past it. If it goes past it, then, you know, of course we have the opening range gap, CE level, and then we have the upper quadrant of the opening range gap as well too, which looks like price is going up there right now. So, and this very much could be bullish. We could just see price go up to this AM buy side liquidity right here, and then we could see the push lower. But again, let's be patient. We are still 15 minutes before the macro, so we have some time. Right now, I know a lot of people are chasing this move higher. A lot of people are trying to get in this higher, especially with the CPI just tanking the market, or sorry, PPI tanking the market. So let's continue to wait. Past the 5 minute CB CE level as well too. Now we're in the upper quadrant of that CB. Still pushing higher. I don't want to chase the longs. I do not want to chase the longs, so I'm even that 1 minute CB right there below the opening range gap, like, it looks good, but I'm okay on that. And the reason why is because this premium buy side liquidity was already made jagged, and I don't want to trade into, even though we have this AM buy side liquidity up here, and price very much could go up there, but again, I'm sticking to my bearish perspective, and if anything, we can try to catch a reversal off of this if it's gonna happen. If not, you know, we could go for all-time highs again, and at that point, I'm just gonna be sitting out. No need to force the trade. We're sitting pretty good on our funded accounts. So show you guys here real fast. Just log in. So Apex has like an 8-day payout, eight day payout day basically, and every 8 days you have to be above like a certain amount, and you can request a payout. I think it's like 2 days have to be like above 200 or something like that, and the rest can be $50. I don't know, something like that. It's a little weird. They've been changing it up recently. So currently 10 days. I did not take a payout on the 8th day that I traded on this one, just because I didn't meet the what is it called, the buffer that they require, which is about like $2,500, $2,600. So I'm, you know, doing pretty well right now. So on my 10th day, I have you know, 6 more days to go, sorry. And yeah, there's no need to force honestly a trade, reflecting this right here. So this is good. Just trying to find some sort of resistance right here at the upper quadrant, the opening range gap. That's good for us. I do want to see this. This is a very big 5 minute BISI, but I prefer to see it left open and then trade through to become inverted. If that happens, then this is a good chance that the price may go lower, but it very much may not, because we're pretty much in close proximity to these highs right here from the AM session at 23,963. Let's go ahead and take a look at ES to see what it's doing. So ES is not energetic. That's good. It's not energetic. So ES might be the one to trade. It's not as energetic. There is no 5 minute imbalances to mark up though, so that is a concern. So I can't really base a trade off anything like that, because I am trying to be in a low resistance liquidity run, and I do not want to be into anything that chops around. So we'll go ahead and mark this 5-minute CB out, just like that. 5-minute CB, perfect. Okay, so that's interesting. So ES is bouncing off the 5-minute CB CE level, which is just basically the midpoint right here, which is 64.7350. So that's good. That's good for a bearish perspective. Beautiful look. So we got this 5-minute busy right here. I want to see this get inverted. Nice push down. Apologize, it's supposed to be 5-minute busy. There we go. Just gotta remain patient. About 10 minutes away from the macro now, which is at 950. And the reason why I like to use the macros is because that's where you find price will deliver to liquidity or to imbalance. So and with with speed, so it's not lethargic. You know what I mean? You don't have to sit around like consolidation like this, which again there's no entry right here whatsoever at all. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting for displacement plus the market structure shift lower. So now that this AM buy side liquidity was taken, prices finding respect off this upper quadrant of this this lower quadrant of this open range gap and this 5-minute CB. That's really good. It's a really good confluence right here for this price to respect this and go lower from here. As far as NQ just wants to push higher, and it may make the move a little bit later on, and it does look like it has a little bit more room to go lower too. Look, we have these equal lows right here as well too, and this is going to be labeled as initial buy side liquidity because it was in the first half an hour of the pre-session from 9 o'clock to 9:30. Sorry, it's initial sell side liquidity. There we go. Let's just leave that there. It's fine. Sometimes the entry comes, by now, but some days you just gotta be a little bit more patient, stick around in the market a little bit longer. Just consolidating around this upper quadrant, open range gap. ES, lower quadrant of this open range gap. And I was just thinking about it right now. This is actually a discount opening range gap because closes up here, we opened right here. This is the gap. So if we open right here, this is a discount. So yeah, it's a discount opening range gap. I was just thinking about that, before earlier in the video I said it was a premium, but it is a discount opening range gap. So we want to see this gap getting, it's not necessarily filled, but some way of respect. And I prefer to trade NQ over ES, but I just don't like how it's just, pushing higher and higher. This might be the draw. This might be the premium draw that it's trying to go for. Who knows? We already covered 50% of this range right here, so. But ES is just way off. ES is just lagging behind. That's crazy. no displacement lower, no market structure shift lower. That is worthwhile to note whatsoever at all. So this market is not ready to move lower. We are waiting. Still waiting on NQ as well too. NQ could probably push over here to these highs, take those out, and then make the move. ES, man, ES, I don't know. 945, the macro. We did take out this previous daily low over here as well too. I mean, we could continue to go higher, to be honest with you, but I'm just not interested in the buys. And even if price does go higher and starts to rally higher, that's fine. It's gonna have to do without me. We've got to stick to our plan. Price is currently, let's see what we here. ES. Taking a peek over here at the new week opening gaps and the new day opening gaps. Put this over here on the screen so y'all can see real quick. So this is ES. There's a new day opening gap cluster right here and right here. Price at the PPI dropped lower and found respect off this level right here. Now if I wanted to go lower, the next level is down over here. I don't think it's gonna go all the way lower towards there, but it just may, because there also is a new week opening gap. Let's see here, we can just try to fit this onto the screen. So on my screen I have it like this, on my second screen. So the new week opening gap, the next clustering is a discount, is at around 6,447. So anywhere in this area we could see price deliver lower. It just really depends if price is ready to, you know, move lower, or is it gonna just retrace on this move right here from PPI. Let's move this over here. Try to get our screens back. Just consolidating. There's that move higher. 30 minutes away from the macro now. Open range gap is filled on NQ. Yeah, this is definitely gonna gravitate towards this AM buy side liquidity. So now what we'll do is we'll wait for price to gravitate towards there and see if he wants to reverse off there. Alright. It's a good day to be patient, man. Not every day, you know what I mean? It's gonna be the day that you're gonna get the directional bias right, which is gonna be in line to help aid you in these lower time frames, you know what I mean? So if your higher time frame bias is, you know, incorrect, it's okay, you know what I mean? Just be patient. You may just have it wrong for the day, and that's totally fine. Days like this need to be embraced, you know. Before I used to have such a hard time, you know, sitting through days where I was wrong, because I would always want to enter and, you know, if I was, you know, the old me, I would have tried to have, you know, gone on in this fair value gap right here, you know, around 940. I would have taken this long right here, probably gone out by now around the opening range gap, or, you know, NQ. NQ had a pretty good setup right here, I ain't gonna lie to you, for longs. So this 5-minute busy, this lower quadrant right here, you know what, it's not a good setup. It's not a good setup because there is no downside delivery in this lower quadrant of this 5-minute civvy, so it's not a balanced range. So if there was a down candle right here, like a bearish candle right here, like if this would have been a bearish candle instead of an up candle, then price in this buy program would not want to come back down into this lower quadrant. So that would have been a really good place to put a stop loss, and my entry could have been just right here on this fair value gap. And as you can see, the this candle right here on the 1 minute just literally wicked the 5-minute busy, left it open, and just took off from there. But I would have trusted it more if there would have been a bearish candle in that lower quadrant of this 5-minute busy. But again, that's if I was looking for longs. I'm not even trying to mess with the longs. But look how close we are to the AM buy side liquidity, just outside the macro. So what happens in the macro? What does price do in the macro again? Price gravitates towards liquidity or any imbalances. So in this case, the liquidity will be the AM buy side liquidity at 23,963. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna see if price, which it's gonna do, it's gonna go towards that AM buy side liquidity. It's gonna raid it. Once it makes the raid, preferably within like the first 10 minutes of the macro, I want to see a price make a sharp displacement lower, creating a market structure shift lower. If it does that, then we're set to go for a sell. If not, then we have to walk. Walk until probably the next macro time. If it does offer a sell, if not, then yeah, we're gonna be done for the day. Could have taken longs here, could have taken longs, but it's all good. We gotta wait. I don't even feel bad for missing this move, to be honest with you. Before I would feel so bad. But just knowing the fact that your trading model or trade plan, however the way you trade, however the way you get into the market, you analyze, it repeats. Once you know it repeats, and there's consistency behind that, it's much easier to miss out on moves like this. You know, I could have taken longs at various points that I'm looking at right now, but you know, it's just, yeah, you're not going to be in every move, and that's okay. you need peace of mind when you trade. If there's a war going inside your mind, then you're not going to produce good results. And if you do produce results, they're only going to be temporary. Peace is where longevity grows, you know what I mean? That's where it's at. So where ES trying to go to? ES probably trying to go to this open range gap high right here. It's probably not even going to touch these. So from there we can try to look for a reversal. See, ES rated these this PDL from Wednesday, and then it made the up move right there. So it was a pretty good, you know, long setup, but crazy candle, man, crazy candle on ES. Okay, let's see what NQ is doing. Yep, same thing. Look at that. But it's not gonna leave those. It's not gonna leave the AM buy side liquidity like that. we're probably gonna have to maybe potentially wait until the next macro, which is at 1050. It is priming the AM buy side liquidity right now. That's the reason why it's doing that. It's enticing shorts. Market is enticing shorts right now. A lot of retail is looking at price going short, looking at the 23,963 level as resistance. Opening range gap, upper quadrant is now respected as inverse. So watch price go higher from here. Or it could touch that 5-minute busy right there and go higher. But do I trust this for sales? Man, I would have preferred to take that AM buy side liquidity out. What is ES doing? It's like ES found respect off the upper quadrant. It didn't even get to the high of the opening range gap. Right here, didn't even get over here. Displacement lower. That also resulted in a market structure shift, so that's good. No 5-minute inverse fair value gap though, so unless we can find one in this range over here. Can we find a BISI in this range? I can't find any clean one. If it's not a clean one, then I'm not gonna use it. Simple as that, you know. Because I'll be over here trying to look for like the smallest ones, you know. But I like to look for ones that were in the past respected as BISIs and then price, you know, inversed it. So great displacement lower, great market structure shift lower, but we do not have a low resistance liquidity run signature in the form of a 5-minute SIBI with the upper quadrant fill, or a 5-minute or a 15-minute inversion fair value gap, you know. So we're gonna have to still just sit this one out. Not unless we can use this right here. I just seen it right here. Look, it's pretty clean. Can we frame something around this? Because this is a 15-minute inversion fair value gap. But I just literally do not trust the AM buy side liquidity being primed like that. And price already traded to the opening range gap CE level, so I made it discount jagged again. So there's no way I'm gonna place a sell right here next to. There's no way I'm gonna do that. I'll leave that up, but there's no way I can place a sell without those AM buy side liquidities, those highs, without those being taken out. Because when I do enter, I know there's going to be a highly likely chance, if I do enter right here, like let's say price retraces right here into this 1-minute CB, that's a good setup. But the only reason why it's not a good setup is because those primed highs, this one and this one, a lot of people are selling right there, and that's going to be a target. Let's see though. We're still in the macro. We have about 11 minutes in the macro, so let's see what price does. Very patient right now. It's just not the cleanest setup. Maybe for ES it's a clean setup though. But yeah, no. I like that. I like how these are equal lows right here. That could be a potential target. They will let us AM sell sell liquidity. Now guys, normally I would have sold this right here as prices coming up, especially just this 1 minute SIBI right here. I would have sold that, but I just don't like the fact that one, the 15-minute inversion fair value gap is below the SIBI. I usually like the SIBI to be below the 15-minute inversion fair value gap, so that way I can use this 15-minute inversion fair value gap CE level or the upper quadrant as a stop loss. In this case, if I was taking this trade right here, my stop loss would be this, which is also this, which is also a target, you know. So I know when price makes these equal highs right here, that's basically the market priming those highs, and retail is seeing this as support. Sorry, they're seeing this as a resistance to go lower, and a lot of people have sold this right here, this little drop down. A lot of people sold that, and coincidentally price did stop just right here at the opening range gap CE level, and now it's shot back higher. So now I'm anticipating in the macro now, this is, and it's gonna do it most likely in this macro within like the 9 minutes right here. It's gonna take this right here. That's what I'm assuming. That's why I don't want to sell. But I do like the fact that price primed these these equal lows, sorry, in the form of AM sell side liquidity, with it just, you know, just stopping just right there, you know what I mean, like just creating that equal low. That's a very good indication that the market is priming those. So we'll see a move. Let's just stay patient. I'm selling it for sales. I'm usually like done by the day by this time, but it's just, you know, a little bit of a longer day, and you know, I have literally no control over the markets whatsoever at all, and it's just part of the game, you know. So if we were to look at this trade plan right here, mind you, I did not even have to look at this. I already just like know it off the top of my head, and that's like not to brag or anything like that. That's just me, you know, putting in the time and the effort to backtest thoroughly what I am trading, what I'm not trading. And the reason why is because like there's a contingency that was at play, which was what, if price makes an expected draw on liquidity jagged, then do not trade. So in this case, with this move lower, the reason why I did not want to trade that, what is this, ES? Let's go to NQ. NQ did it a little bit better. So the reason why I didn't want to trade this move, which is a great move lower, it's just the fact that it found respect off this opening range gap, and it left a wick right here, and that just indicates bullish price action. And on top of that, we are still in the macro with these primed equal highs, so that's just a little bit iffy to me. I would rather have had price take these equal highs out inside the macro, and while still in the macro create that displacement plus market structure shift lower, but we didn't get that. Same thing with the ES, this move lower, nothing crazy, but it did find respect off the lower quadrant plus the 5-minute SIBI, which is gonna be inverted here pretty soon, as it breaks this high right here. So if price was gonna be bearish, it would have disrespected this level, it would have shot through this level and shot through that level, and then we could have looked in that displacement leg lower. That would have created the market structure shift. And then mind you, this displacement right here didn't even create no market structure shift lower, so there was no indication that price is going to reverse. At least on NQ there was displacement plus a market structure shift lower with this short-term low being broken, but I would have very much preferred price to just shot through this right here, even if taking this AM sell side liquidity out. That's fine, but yeah, it just wasn't clear sell to me, you know, even though price did literally just respect the CB low. This literally would have been my entry if I was impatient, and I would have gotten, you know, so far about 20 handles out of that, you know, so nothing crazy. It is in the upper quadrant of the opening range gap right now, so let's just continue to be patient. Price is just gyrating around, let it do its thing. No need to force nothing. You can always trade another day, you know. Number one thing that I took so much time to learn was just, you know, save your capital, trade another day. There's no point in forcing it. Now, I'm only trading 0.5% on 50k accounts, you know what I mean? So I'm not trading a lot of risk, but with 3 accounts it adds up. Let's see, it's about to be 10:30. Yeah, that's like normal news release. And I definitely do not want to sit and chop, so we'll see. We'll hold off until the macro here, the 1050 macro. So we'll see what price gets us. Beautiful prime equal lows. I just, you know, it's just a matter of when this price gonna go lower to go get those. Two minutes until the macro closes. Price is just gyrating in the range currently. Absolutely going nowhere. Just stuck up in the upper quadrant of the opening range gap. Shot down lower, shot right back up. All that it is just enticement. That's all it's doing. Even me, it's enticing me. You know, every little, like this bear candle right there. Oh yeah, it's gonna go lower. You know, like get in. Like, but you know, not gonna trade outside the macro now. So very strict on the rules on that part. $15 inversion fair value gas holding up nicely, but it's gonna reclaim it as a busy. I think NQ might be more inclined to go down lower just because it's at the AM buy side liquidity. At least it's more close proximity to it. Sorry, rather than ES, because ES still has a little bit of ways to go. About, I mean, not too much. I guess about 10 points to get to the initial buy side liquidity. Let's see how close ES is. ES is, it's about 50 handles. Now it's moving lower. Just right as the macro was about to close. ES fighting some sort of respect off this opening range gap CE level, which is a midpoint. That's what this white triangle is, by the way. So, just to clarify. NQ, man, NQ just loves to play games. Look at that. Opening range gap, upper quadrant got respected again. Now this candle's wick, which is also a CE level, looks to be getting respected, so let's see if it breaks through it. Just staying patient, guys, just staying patient, nothing crazy. Price seems to be going lower now. This AM source liquidity could be taken, and then price could try to seek this AM buy side liquidity. So yeah, 3 minutes past the macro. I'm good. I'm trying to sell. ES is absolutely not doing anything. Went straight to the opening range gap CE level now, so unfortunately this may turn into a no trade day. You know, there's no setup for me that's clear to me. I'm not trying to, force anything whatsoever at all. so far, like, the market's just been going higher and offered a small little retracement, which is the only thing that I could have taken. But again, I when I take my trades, I've learned that I do not want to sit through this chop. Even though it offered me 37 points, I would have taken that on any day, to be honest with y'all. But it's sitting through this right here like that. I don't prefer that. I like to trade trades where it's like, you know, for example, if we were long, let's just say we were long and we got in right here. And look how it's just moving. You know, and it's almost 100 handles, but, you know, even to get out, like, something conservative, you know, I mean, 50 handles right there, you know, how fast would that look? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Let's go back over here and review this. I just want to show you guys what my average hold time is real quick. If it's gonna pop up, cool, it did 9 minutes. How long was that trade? 6 minutes. Perfect criteria for my trade. If I was long, again, I'm not trying to force longs, but I'm just trying to give an example. Compared to, you know, me getting in right here, and still being in this trade, because I would try to hold, okay, let's just say whatever. I would have been like, cool, we'll take this right here, 28 handles. Still not too much time, you know what I mean? It's about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 minutes. Still not a bad trade, not a terrible trade, but I prefer, you know what I mean, just entry and the price to go to my target fast. If I'm being honest, the lowest hanging fruit target to this trade is right here. It's the AM sell liquidity. We still haven't even hit that. So I would have been in at, what time is this? 10 o'clock, so I would have been in the trade 15 minutes over here. My target's still not hit. Which again is not terrible, you know what I mean? But again, let's keep in mind, we are in August. It's not the best month. A lot of gyrating price delivery, which, you know, it's just like consolidation, just, you know, back and forth, very choppy. You know, we don't need to absolutely trade that, you know what I mean? We could just wait for quality setups on another day, you know, like tomorrow. It's Friday. Let's see. Yeah, it's like, for example, tomorrow might be a good day to trade, you know, for shorts. You know, we could try to find shorts tomorrow. There's gonna be plenty of news delivery, plenty of liquidity. So, but let's give it to this final macro. Look, price is finally starting to go up to the AM buy sell liquidities. This is looking so clean to me. This AM sell liquidity being primed right here like this. Look at this. This is starting to look like that triple top, sorry, triple bottom on ES on the higher time frame. Look, 1, 2, 3. Plenty of people are buying this right now with their buy stop orders, or sorry, sell stop orders right here. This is good. This is good. I definitely want to see a reversal off of this, preferably next to the macro, as much as possible. tuning into a couple of live streamers up at YouTube right now that are looking at the market price delivery live on Nasdaq, and I like to see when their perspective is changing to bullish. So that's a good sign for sales for me. Just gotta be patient now and let my setup play out if it does occur, you know. So once this AM buy sell liquidity gets rated, which, to clarify, we did say that it was gonna get rated, and we did say that like we were like at 9:30 or 9:40, like around here, you know what I mean? So we're slowly getting there, you know. But once that level gets disrupted, I am looking for a displacement fast, plus a market structure shift lower, preferably through a 5-minute or a 15-minute BISI, which we then inverted into a fair value, inverted fair value gap, basically, you know. So this is the most patient I had to stay for a trade, though, over, you know, the course of, I don't know, like three months now. So sometimes it happens, but normally, again, like I said, I would have probably chased the longs, but I guess just, you know, recording this live, giving live commentary as well too, it just, you know, puts a level of patience on you. In fact, I actually like it because it just increases my performance as a trader to just respect my trade plan, you know. So we can go ahead and get rid of this right here. It's just getting in the way. Do we want to keep this on here? We'll keep that on there for now. It's cool. This will most likely be reclaimed as an inversion fair value gap. So this right now is going to be a 15-minute BISI, which got reclaimed as a 15-minute BISI. So once again, price is moving lower into the 15-minute BISI, through the 15-minute BISI, into a 1-minute CP plus the opening range gap high. Man, it is really priming both AM buy side liquidity and AM sell side liquidity. So there is a lot of sentiment being built around those highs and lows. So it's quite exciting. And I'm over here listening on my headphones. All these retail traders going long right now. So let's see. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to see people going long right here, and the price is gonna, you know, hopefully reverse. Beautiful. Do you guys see that 15-minute BISI CE level being respected? Look at that. The wicks always do the damage, okay? And the bodies of the candles tell the story. So what is the body of the candle doing? It's staying out of this lower quadrant, okay? And that's exactly what we want to see when price is bullish, and it's expected to draw into a premium level, which, to reiterate, is 23,963. So let's see how ES is doing right now. Looks like ES ran these highs right here, finding respect at the 5-minute CB high right there. I like this AM sell side liquidity right here as well too. Trading takes a lot out of you, man. That's my stomach right there rumbling, guys. When I get up in the mornings, I try to keep the diet light, you know, I try to eat some protein yogurt, drink water only, stay away from coffee. NQ is just really priming those highs right now, man. They are just milking it. I like the setup on NQ. Yes, it looks like it's a little bit more bearish, as it's already respected the 5-minute inversion fair value gap. Let's see if it wants to make another sweep to the highs again. Sweep to the highs, respect the opening range gap high up here, and then make the move lower around the 1050 macro. So we have about 20 minutes. Retail is still focused on longs as well too, so that's good signs for me. Alright, I'm gonna just step away just for a minute. Alright guys, we're back. Would you look at that? It's okay that this 15-minute basically got a little bit violated right here. There was an open range gap that price clearly respected. Shot higher with this bullish candle, and look at that wick to the CE level. You're never gonna see a return back to this until, you know, obviously we're in a sell program. Just stay patient. About 20 minutes before the macro. There it is, guys. The AM buy sell liquidity has been tagged. Beautiful. There we go. That's what we want to see. Nice little energetic move higher. Alright guys, now we're going to see if there's some sort of reversal level 4. Lowest hanging fruit objective would be like this first. AM so solid liquidity target right there. This is a really dope objective right here. At 896. 23,896. And would you look at that ES, where did it go? To the open range gap high. Perfect. Almost the initial buy side liquidity, but I would like to see SMT between NQ and ES right there, and ES just not reach that, while NQ starts to trade lower. So wherever we can get the cleaner setup, to be honest with you. Alright guys, let's see if this right here 15-minute inversion for value gap, sorry, 15-minute BC can be turned into a 15-minute inversion for value gap. We need some sort of displacement lower, so we're about 15 minutes above, sorry, 15 minutes before the macro. So let's see if ES is encouraged to go before NQ. Let's see here. Very small, busy, but look at the respect to it. Oops. Let's try to see if this can become a version for value gap right here. And that's a busy. We'll change this back to a busy just so we can not be confused and see what we're waiting for. So opening range gap is respected. Price also traded above this AM buy side liquidity right here. There you go. Yep, just as we expected, AM buy side liquidity has been taken at 23,963 after it has been primed for a while. You know, like it came up here once, this little move right here, this little move right here, then finally. So let's see, can we get a displacement lower? Okay, let's see if this candle right here is going to close as a 5-minute busy or not. If it does, we want to see it be inverted. It'd be better if it just closes lower right here. It doesn't create a busy at all. And the price with the displacement lower just shoots through the 15-minute busy right here to create a inversion fair value gap. That's why I think ES might be the better move. We'll see though. Still waiting for displacement plus market structure shift lower. Still waiting. Let's go ahead and refreshen up on our trade plan until then. So we don't have the displacement lower. We can go ahead and uncheck mark that. So next step is just waiting for that displacement. I don't like how the higher time frame is showing the awaken to this daily busy. So if we do sell, it's gonna be a short sell. Currently, price is inside the 4-hour SIBI right now, so let's see if we can hold this. I want to see this CE level right here get held. So it looks like this candle was a 5-minute busy. That's good for us. Want to see this definitely get inverted. Nothing to worry about. We still have time. It's 10 minutes just before the macro, so price can definitely make that move lower. Let's go check out ES. Let's see how ES is doing. Beautiful 5-minute busy here on ES as well too. Plus that 15-minute inversion fair value. I don't know, man. I think I might just take a setup on ES. Just need a displacement to come through. Should be coming here shortly. displacement coming in. I like that AM sell side liquidity right there. Very equal low, 640, 76.25. Sorry, 64, 76.25. I don't know why I said it like that. 64, 76.25. That is a good low hanging fruit objective. Now ES is also in close proximity to that initial buy side liquidity, so I don't want to see ES be traded. I don't want to see ES take those out. I want to have it stay intact and just drop lower, and that'll create an SMT divergence between ES and NQ, as NQ already took the AM buy side liquidity out. Could also continue higher from here as well too, so .5 minutes before the macro. Let's see what happens. Looks like ES is getting close to the initial buy side liquidity at 64.91.75. So we could see that get taken out, and then the displacement plus market structure shift lower, especially right before the macro occurs. this might continue higher, to be honest with you, and that's totally fine. It's just a day to sit out. We can't get them all. It's all good though, but we're still, just 3 minutes outside the macro. So let's go ahead and let the macro play out, and around 11:10 we'll go ahead and get out of here. Alright, so initial buy sell liquidity is tagged on ES. I want to see if creates displacement plus market structure shift lower now. What are we looking here on the 5 minute? Nothing crazy. 15 minute, okay. Alright. Not looking good for shorts though, so this could continue up higher. That's okay. It's no worries. That's what it is. We'll just go ahead and sit this day out. Here's the macro. Alright guys, I'm gonna give it about 20 minutes here. 20 minutes we'll close. We'll see if we can get an entry here. If not, we will be done for the day. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys made it throughout the whole video, appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for joining the session. And we'll definitely be doing more of these. I really liked sitting here and recording the market live and just giving my narrative. Regardless if we did not get into the market or not, too, you know what I mean? So sometimes it is more fun when you are in the market and you're managing your trade and stuff like that. You get to see the P&L and all that stuff. And some days are just, you're just patient. You just gotta sit on your hands. Your trade plan's not there. The sell could also come in the PM session as well too. And in the PM session, I just don't trade the PM session, so. And sells could come later on. And if they do, I'll try to do my best to do a little market review or market recap. And then see if any of our discount targets got hit. And if we could spot an entry, where would it be? This is good so far. I like this. I like our 15-minute wick on that 64.91 75 level. Coming back lower now inside the macro 1051, 1052. Let's see how ES is doing, or NQ is doing here. NQ is a little bit more lethargic. It's not really trying to move lower. Let's see. Probably still spending some time on ES around the initial buy side liquidity. We just need to see a sharper displacement lower, and that'll give us confirmation that we are looking for. Still plenty of time in the macro left as well too, so not trying to do anything impulsive, not anything irrational. No need to risk our capital for no reason. So if there's no displacement, no market structure shift lower, then there is no setup. So patience is all part of trading. Moving lower now past the initial buy side liquidity, that's good. Still no energetic move lower, so I gotta sit with my hands tied on this one. Let's see, NQ has, I needed to break this low right here for it to be considered anything significant. $10.56, $10.57. We still have about 13 minutes until the macro closes, so we have some time to place an entry here if we can get the setup to work out. Sorry, to formulate, but so far it is taking its time. It's a nice little push lower. That's good to see, but I want to see this 5 minutes pissy peak inverted. If it's inverted, then I can buy the CB and I can try to place some sort of setup in this. I just want to check ES one more time. Okay, there we go. That's what I need to see. We got a displacement. This needs to become a 5 minute inversion fair value gap. This needs to close as a 1 minute CB. We're gonna go ahead and just trade NQ. Might not get filled, but we'll see what's up. $27 seconds till this candle closes. I need it to close. Let's go ahead and start mapping out where we can place our stop loss. We'll go right there, 6. Alright guys, we are in.
Order filled.
Let's see here. Go ahead and bring this over. Trading MQ. Let me go ahead and put my stop loss in here real quick before anything actually. 23, 974. Alright guys, so we did take a short right here inside this 1 minute CB that just formed inside the macro. Looking to push lower towards these lows right here. So we'll see what happens, you know. So all the news has already been gone, everything's already done. So until PM session, so we'll see how lethargically it moves. If it's just too lethargic, then I'm most likely just gonna stop it out. But we'll go ahead and keep this. We'll go ahead and keep this open. And we'll actually just make it like this. That's fine. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see right there. So even if I was to TP, look, let's first of all change that up. I meant to say sell. Just sometimes you gotta be very fast, very nimble. That's about 300 bucks right there. We'll try our best to hold for a little bit longer. Let's go and figure out a risk and reward for this. So if we sold about, I think we sold about right there. We can actually bring it up, there we go. 23,952. $952, so my stop loss is about 21 handles, not bad. We can easily go ahead and target this right here. Try to at least. We'll see how this plays out. I haven't taken too many setups in the final macro, so it is currently 8:02 right now, and like how prices are respecting the 5-minute inversion fair value gap. It's a really good sign. I want to see price stay away from the upper quadrant of that. We got this CB right here on the 1 minute. Let's go ahead and mark that up. That's what I use for entry, that CB right there. So let's go ahead and bring this back up as well too. There we go. So we're just looking for a move down over here. Might take partials once the price comes down a little bit lower over here towards the 926s, but yeah, everything is looking good so far. I really like how the price is respecting the CB lower quadrant, staying away from the CE level. That's what I see in a sell program. So still have about 7 minutes left in this macro, so we'll see if we can get the delivery lower. Keeping in mind that I'm trying to keep my targets short as possible, so we'll see how price plays out here. It's about 5 minutes into the trade so far. Price wicks into the CBCE level. Staying calm and collected, not really worrying too much. As price is moving up and down, putting me in a little bit of drawdown. It's okay. I am still watching price and seeing how it is respecting the CBCE level. The CE level is this right here, the midpoint of the CB. So that 15-minute busy, I want to see it become an inversion for value gap once again, be reclaimed as an inversion for value gap, since it has been passing through multiple times. So we're aiming for what? 23,904. What is this down here? 23,926. We'll see how price does. I might take some off. Want to see price start digging into that 15-minute busy. It is a busy right now, but we're gonna anticipate it to become a 15-minute inversion for value gap. So the left side of the screen is just the trading platform that I have to execute my trades on. So I do apologize in advance, guys. My kids are up now, so I'm gonna try to see if I can just get it in and out real quick. Small little scalp of a trade, if it manages. If not, you know, we can watch this thing go out to stop loss. No worries. This is sort of the type of delivery that I just don't like sitting through either. It's just a lot of consolidated, a lot of back and forth delivery. Regardless if it, you know, even if it does reach down to those discount levels, that's fine. But it's just, you know, we want to see price deliver swiftly toward targets, not take a lot of time. So, all right, I'm gonna give price a little minute or two to its thing. Let's step away for a second. Looks like price is still gyrating around. At least it's creeping out of the CB lower quadrant. That is good to see. Now we just have to sort of wait here. This could literally take, you know, minutes or hours after the news delivery and stuff like that. Especially heading into sort of the lunch hour, it could consolidate. So we'll hold on to it and see what happens. You know, maybe get out at the 23,927. Maybe just get like a small little scalp, nothing crazy. Just want to see how far this profit target is right here. 927 about 25. Like a 1-to-1. Oops, wrong tab. There we go. So we want now my weakest point in my trading is my exits. I believe I just sometimes do take exits very fast as price cut through the 15-minute busy, creating an inversion fair value gap. Let's see it respect that and trade lower and just trade right through the AM sell side liquidity at 23,927, exactly like that. I do want to take I mean, you know what I'm gonna do? I might just take 3 off right here. I'm gonna take 9 off right there. Beautiful. There we go. Looks like an immediate rebalance right here. That'd be a good thing to see if we can get that immediate rebalance. Stay out of the 15-minute inversion fair value gap upper quadrant. That'd be good. Wow, look at that. Just at the last second, price just, you know, created a wick into the 15-minute inversion fair value gap upper quadrant, which is good, which is all right. You know, it's nothing crazy. So let's see if we can take some partials right here at 23,927. And I want to see if we can just hold off for some lower profits, you know, around the 23,900s. Alright, what's going on here? Wicked again into the upper quadrant. Let's see. Just gotta be patient here. Manage the trade the best to our ability. As soon as it reaches down there, I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop loss to break even right here. And go ahead and secure something, you know what I mean? So that we can get paid at least for the day for our efforts. Go ahead and give me that. Go ahead and pay me right there. Come on now. Just like that. We'll go to market execute. That's fine. And then we'll go ahead and move our... Oh, I did not mean to sell that. Oh my goodness, I mean to buy 9. Okay, let's just wait now. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and buy 9 right there. Just 3, so we'll go ahead and do 18 actually. Yeah, so I accidentally added on instead of taking off, so prices reversed back up to my position again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trim my stop loss, keep the risk low, and see if it'll push down lower again. That was a 100% mistake on my part. And we could get stopped out right here, which is totally fine. You know, that was a 100% error on my part. I just did not fully see what I was doing, and in a state of panic, I accidentally said sell market instead of buy market, which I meant to buy market. So it's cool. We'll hold on to it. No worries. It happens. Just as a stop loss down a little bit lower. So whether I get tagged out or price does go lower down there, which, you know, it's priming those equal lows again. So we'll see. Whatever happens, happens. I am going to be taking off 6 though at the 23,926 level. So go ahead and make it right there. 927. I don't like how the 15-minute basically keeps getting reclaimed. I want to see it like literally price just rip right through there, and we still have about we're outside the macro now. So I just realized that as well too. So we'll see what price can do. 23,960. So I just want to see what my stop loss. I'm risking how much here at 23,960. It's about 171 bucks right there. I want to give us some more breathing room. 252 right there. We're gonna put the stop loss at 23,965. I don't know why that keeps doing 27. There we go. That's what I want. Don't want to get too emotionally attached to this trade. Just so my stop loss is pretty good, so if it tags me out, it tags me out. I'm not really worried about it. One thing I did fail to do is 23,944 was down here. 378. That's not good, so let me actually adjust my stop loss to right there. That's fine. 961. And there we go. That's that's a better stop loss, better risk. 310 bucks. I can manage that. It's fine. If we're looking at 927, that'd be about like 350 bucks. We'll see. Spending plenty of time consolidating right now, so again, this is the reason why I don't like, you know, sometimes trading these longer trade setups, but if we can get paid out here, that'd be great. Beautiful to see the price go right through the 15-minute vision for value gap, reclaiming that now. So let's go ahead and expect price to stay out of the upper quadrant of that. So beautiful. It is retesting the open range gap high, so there is liquidity just right below. There we go, we got filled. Awesome.